Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're gonna see what are lists in Python. So before discussing about the topic of lists in Python, let us just try to take a quick recap of the video where we have discussed the topic of tuple and sets in Python. So what does a tuple or a set function in Python? It is used to store multiple data under a single variable. So we are going to correlate it with the same of list, wherein we have the same function which is going to take in the data or objects under a single variable. So let us just try to see an example and get a perfect picture on what are lists. So there is a camera, an alarm clock, a pair of spectacles and a coffee mug. So this all come under utility, which is a parent. So as we are already familiar with the coding, like we are going to save all these four objects under a single parent, which is utility. Now this is going to correlate with the list. So let us just get into the compiler and see the coding and understand it more clearly. Now let us just try to first declare and get out the list which we have declared here. So utility is going to take the difference between the tuple and set and the Python list is that we are going to take the values in the square braces and there can exist duplications, and it is ordered and is also changeable. Now let us just try to declare mug and an alarm clock and a camera, and it is spectacles. Now let us print what we want here. I want utility. We want the utility to be printed. Now let us try to run it. So mug, alarm clock, camera and spectacles. Now when you try to add duplications, it will give you the same output. So let us try to add mug as another duplication. So it is ordered, so it will come in the same order. Now let us try to determine the length of this utility by using the length keyword len. So this len is going to determine the length of this particular utility list. Now let us try to run it. Now my utility length is 5. So as there are existing 5 objects, the length will be 5. Now let us try to do some more manipulations wherein I'll add some data types into this code. So my data types would be, I'll create a new list which is list. Now the list contains some data types which is a boolean expression and a string, an integer, a floating point, and that's it. Now let us try to print out this list. Now let us try to run it. Whatever you're gonna give the input, the compiler will give you the output. So you can add a list to which is going to give you the same output as we have seen here. Now let us write some lines of code and print whatever only required. So it might be confusing, so let us try to say it is Prequel, and my list2 will contain it is coder space, and the last line will contain learning platform. Now if you want only a specific line to be printed, you can just tell the compiler that I want my list2 to be printed. Now I'll try to run the code and get it is coder space. So according to the user input, the output will be given. So if you want the third line to be given in the output, you'll get the third one only. Now if I want the first one you'll only be getting it is Prequel. Now let us try to do some more manipulations. So what do you mean by Python indexing? So indexing in the sense is that it will determine the index, that is the position of the code which you are gonna declare. We will take the same example, which is utility, which is going to take in a mug, an alarm clock, a camera, and the last object would be a spectacles. Now let us try to print indexing values. So where my utility will be the address, and the count would be different in the coding. So let us try to add the comments and see. So this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2, and this will be 3 according to the computer coding. Now we want the value of my 0. Now this 0, I'll try to run the code. So this 0 will contain the mug. Now if you want to change the order of the index, you'll get alarm clock as the output. So now you can do any manipulations and get the output accordingly. So this is it for this video. If you like the video, do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content. Thank you.